I know you practice criminal law, but that sounds a lot like a public defender to me.
I did both. I did private and I practiced as a public defender.
Okay. Who went into law school knowing that's what they wanted to do?
Okay, so let me start by this, right? Prior to going to law school, I guess that was the area I wanted to practice in because I guess exposure as
What do you mean by exposure?
exposure to the criminal justice system.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Well, through my compadres. And
Did you have a job in the criminal justice system, Jubril?
So the reason why is based on the area of criminal law. Like I was very versed in it, and I was like immersed in it, and I thought, and especially the TV shows, and the lawyers that I was affiliated with, you know, I would do some shout outs, but some lawyers that were, so some big lawyers in New York that are renowned in New York, Brooklyn, Suffolk County, and I did internships with them, and so I thought I was going to be a criminal defense attorney. And
So you met lawyers before you got to law school?
Yes.
I didn't meet a lawyer until I got to law school. Shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx.
I didn't know
No examples.
I didn't know a single.
But I still survived.
There is, look, no, our examples.
Did you feel like it was a natural path for you because of your family or no?
Yeah, cause I mean I loved it. Like I liked being a lawyer. Like I thought like my dad was mad cool in what he did, but that's just that I wanted to do criminal. Like criminal was like it was sexy, because you watch Law and Order and everything.
Yeah, like the way,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like it focused on the prosecution. I'm like, that don't sound right though. What they doing? Can they really do this? Cops doing that? Just busting down doors? Just
Stabler
opening
is
up
definitely
business
violating everybody's Fourth
So
Amendment
like
rights.
it made me question it, and the more I questioned it, I was like, you know what? Let me go see what this criminal stuff is about. And then I actually interned with a DA's office, and then it was cool.
So when you went to law school, you wanted to be a criminal defense attorney / public defender?
I didn't know I wanted to be a public defender. I wanted to do law, right? And I wanted to do criminal law, whether that's private criminal defense, whether that's prosecution, either one.
And you figured it out once you was in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
And
funny
you?
because I did like the OCI, like the on-campus interviewing for like big firms and stuff like that. The DA's office was one. I interviewed with the DA's office, and like I was like trying to sit there and think about like North Minneapolis, like gangs, and like trying to like be like this.
There's gangs in Minneapolis?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like trails up in Chicago.
Yeah,
streets
really?
all the time.
What?
Really?
Now you got mad when I brought up the Bronx and y'all have a TV.
Jesus.
You gonna say that to this?
No, but, like,
So I'm sorry.
I remember.
I think Minneapolis is a paradise that doesn't have gangs, and that's somehow as offensive as you acting the Bronx has television.
See, that's Bronx thinking.
But so
All right, go ahead.
I had this interview and I was like trying to like sell it, like I want to clean up this and like prosecute this and make sure like it's safe and shit like. And I was like, what am I doing? Like I'm not connected to this community.
So but when you first started law school, then you didn't know what you wanted to do.
No, I thought maybe family law or maybe big firm type stuff, but when I interviewed with the DA's office, I was like, what am I doing? And then when I did the PD's office, it's so individualized with like the person that like it was easy. It was so much more focused and like I think that like I remember. Well, I'm not gonna get into a case, but like there's just so much like injustice that I saw like immediately, and like it was fun just to like write and be like scathing, like, and then also just sort of like meet the clients and stuff like that, and like try to like listen, understand, and like I don't know. I just felt like it was. I honestly just fell. It was like the only thing that I was fucking passionate about in law school, and then I literally, from that moment that I got that job, I took every criminal law, every clinic, every evidence, like every class that I possibly could.
I actually did not want to be a public defender when I went into law school, and I didn't decide I wanted to be a public defender until I got a job. No, that's not when I decided.
Those benefits, though.
No, that's not what I decided.
See, I got a lot of questions.
So this is what it was. This is
You
what it
ever
was.
had like a moment where you wanted to represent?
So I went into St. John's with a $15,000 scholarship, right? And
And what was
like
the tuition then, relative to it?
4 to 5, but I was
God,
taking out living
I'm
loans,
fucking
so
jealous.
70.
It's expensive to go to law school.
It is
I'm
expensive.
glad they
So
they
I didn't really know. To be told, I didn't. So let me step back. I didn't know any lawyers growing up. And the college I went to, shout out to college in Mount St. Vincent, love you guys, but they didn't really prep me for what it was actually gonna be to go into law school. Basically, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And when I got into law school, like, I had this idea that I wanted to be a lawyer and I wanted to be successful, but I didn't know what I was gonna take. I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't really know what it. For example, like I didn't understand the business aspect of being a lawyer. The idea that like your connections matter,
Yes.
like how you actually get jobs, stuff like that. And that, truth be told, that didn't even actually matter at the end of the day because I didn't even have the grades to get some of these jobs because I got fucked up by law school.
Well, even just to address that though, sometimes the right connection, it doesn't even matter about you.
Well, yes. Well,
I definitely know people personally that didn't have good grades, but they in good places right now.
some of my other friends who weren't Hispanic and from the Bronx did not necessarily have as an easy time as I did explaining all this prosecution.
I
on their
imagine if
resume.
you're white with prosecution on your resume, you have
Yeah,
to
it didn't
say
work
a
out too
lot
well.
more.
That did not work out too well.
Got your bitch. Swag, 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 swag. Attorneys with swag, 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 swag. Attorneys.